Especially foreigners must understand that we are not in a position to nest their feelings, because when we're talking about South African laws, we're not expecting foreigners to have a say. We don't care how you feel or what you say. Hence, we keep pushing regardless of the noise.
What you do. But I must say to everyone who's watching that it's a movie out there. It is really, really, really what you are seeing in social media, what you are seeing on the news, all of that has been diluted. The things that are happening on the ground are on a totally different level. And I think that, it's quite important to actually hear this from the horse's mouth.
Sometimes he will not even pay rent. And sometimes when he finally pays rent, he tells the landlord to say, hey, come to my room around 8:30 at night to 9 p.m. And come and collect your rent money there. Why would I give you DSTV and then you give me a nail cutter? Why will I give you FNB bank and then you give me a cell phone cover seller? And when we talk, we are labeled xenophobic. We don't care. Some of us wear that badge with pride. Call me xenophobic anytime. It's not going to change the fact that I'm not going to stop what I'm doing, implementing the law and ensuring that the most important document after the Bible in this country, which is the Constitution, is implemented, is enforced to protect our wealth and our country and its citizens. So
And welcome to another episode of Dare to Say It. I don't know which number this one is, but today I'm joined by Victoria, Queen V. Africa, is Africa or Africa?
Africa.
Africa.
Yes,
okay. But it's got a C or a K?
A C.
Okay.
I'm Mother Africa.
Mother Africa. Yes. I'm joined by her. She'll introduce herself and tell us, what is she about, what she's doing on the street. It's a very important conversation to have, as we've been discussing, for the last few minutes, but I think it's been about an hour. There's a lot of this conversation that is happening on social media, that is happening on a superficial level. But the good thing about having you around is that you are actually there on the ground yourself. And there's also in the shadows,
Mr. Scopen Donner in the building.
Mr. Skid Scopen Donner
Yes.
on my left over here, who is your partner in crime, in doing what you do. But I must say to everyone who's watching that it's a movie out there. It is really, really, really what you are seeing in social media, what you are seeing on the news, all of that has been diluted. The things that are happening on the ground are on a totally different level. And I think that, it's quite important to actually hear this from the horse's mouth as to what is happening, what needs to be done. Because only when we really understand the problem and we understand the landscape can we really start making decisions.
True.
So I told you that the first time I got your contact details.
Must come to an end. We want African men to come back to this continent to come and build. We want the entire world to chase African migrants and make sure that they deport them back to their respective countries so that they fix these countries. Screaming and kicking if they have to. At the end of the day, it's okay. They can hate us as much as they want to. They can insult and call us names, but they will thank us later.
Shout out to Dare to Say It. That's where we are.
Yes, but my name is Victoria Africa. We really, like I said, I am not interested in also in the patriotic alliance. But I want positive results, and there won't be positive results if we all feel sorry for Africans. Africans must be like other nations. They are capable, they are intelligent as everybody else. It's high time that we build this continent. While we're focusing on South Africa building products and doing all these things, they must copy and paste. We are backed and supported by what the Constitution of the Republic says. So it's very interesting. We most of the time we do operations on the ground because we are more of like we are practical leaders. We want to have like a first-hand experience, so that when you get to be invited to a platform like this, like the here Dare to Say It, you at least have got references. You know what you're talking about. You've been there yourself, so that it gets to also make sense, and so that you are in a better position to bring solutions. So yeah, we lead the task force, the Abahambe Brigade in the PA. Big shout out to my president, Honorable Your Excellency Gayton McKenzie is currently out of the country, pushing there, because he's the Minister of Sports, Arts and Culture, yes. And also the Deputy President, Mr. Kenny Kunene, KK. So, yeah.
Minister of Transport.
So, yeah, we are under the Patriotic Alliance banner, and we do all this work. I'm a community activist. I am also passionate about I love this country so much. I'm passionate about what I do. And I thank God for the opportunity that He gave me, that so that I'm able to do all this work that I do for the community and the country under the Patriotic Alliance banner. Also just to tell you more about it, and I think also at the later stage, when you have got time, you can come and see for yourself all these things that we do. So what's happening is
But just you, who are you? I know your job.
Yes.
You know, but we go online, we see this lady, we think, hey, she's fighting.
Yes.
Right? We don't know, is she from the rural areas, is she from the city?
Yes.
You know, where did she grow up? Who is she?
Okay, so Victoria Africa grew up in the villages. I'm originally from Limpopo, around the Sekhukhune area, Sekhukhune district.
From me,
Is it?
No, I'm from Graskop.
Oh, okay, okay. So yeah, I grew up in the village all my life, and I am a mother to a beautiful princess. She's currently in the villages with mom. That's where they stay. But also, I really don't have much to tell, honestly speaking, especially in terms of the community work that I do, or the work that I do. I've been one person that wanted to do your TV presenting when I grew up. I wanted to do your radio but because I've got a very close relationship with God, God said, I'm taking you this route. I want you this side. I've never participated in politics before in my life, even when I was growing up in the villages. I remember when I started, I think back in 2017, because I've always been one person. I'm a very prayerful woman. I am a prayer warrior. So I remember this one time when I was praying, God said to me, because I will normally pray for my country.
Yeah.
And God said to me, I want you to also pray for Africa. That's where the whole thing started. And that's how this journey started also. So in 2019, when I started participating in politics, I reached out to other organizations because my focus was on addressing women issues and economic issues under the Victoria Africa Foundation. I had registered a foundation back then that where I was busy with social ills, especially issues that are centered around women, and then the economic issues, obviously. But God said, I want you to come this side, which is the political side of things. So that's how things are started. But I really don't have much to tell about my personal life. I can tell you now that I am a girl. I'm for God. I represent God. I am here because of the love I have for God, and I literally live for Him. And I am guided by Him. I love this country so much, and its people, and
No. I must say that when we were just before we started recording. Trevor said lights, camera, action, and the camera died. And then the camera died, and and then you then said it's maybe because we didn't pray. I remember you saying that.
Yes.
And before we came here, we also need to mention that I asked, "Do you drink whiskey?"
Yes,
but it turns out you and Trevor, you guys don't drink. No? I'm the heathen here. I'm the sinner here. But I do think it's very important because, like I did in the beginning, we told you a bit of our background. We are Christians. We are Torah observant. I think we were talking about Leviticus 11 before you came here. And one thing that we believe is that we need to take dominion of what God has given us. We need to improve it. We are all commanded to multiply. Yes. And in everything we do, we need to emulate God.
Yes.
Right?
Amen.
So that is our mantra as disciples of Christ. And it's quite, and I think it's actually quite fitting because, people always think that, Apostle Paul was old. These people were like in their 30s and 40s, and then God told them, no, it's your time. So I think maybe that's with you. That's why, the personal story may not be a long story. No, I started in the DA, I then moved to Good, and then I moved to PA, like some of the recent reshuffling inside the PA. We won't mention names there about Jacobs and such, right? But I think that maybe, it's one of those callings that it was the right time, you were the right person, the right opportunity came by.
And funny enough, when I started in the political space, I remember on Twitter we were pushing this hashtag Put South Africa First. A big shout out to Lerato Pillay, who had a big account, and he will normally address this all these crimes that we see committed by foreign nationals. So then I started also doing my research regarding these people that are in the country, because from the Victoria Africa Foundation, I remember I used to complain especially a lot about this tendency where you see African migrants migrating to other countries. Like I had picked it up there that Africans don't like building. Whenever they face challenges in their country, all they think of doing is to migrate to other countries, which is unhealthy for the continent. That's why we look the way we look as the continent. That's why we are undermined by and we are currently a laughing stock because people in the African continent. They don't believe in building, and in fact, the intelligent and capable African people are all over the world helping other people build their economies, while they've left Africa burning to ashes, which is unfair. So I had started addressing that part until I met the patriots on Twitter, where they were addressing or highlighting these crimes that are committed by foreign nationals on a daily basis in our country. And the hashtag Put South Africa First was created. And there was also a lady, Tabelo, that was also working closely with Lerato Pillay at the time. Then she reached out to say, hey, we would like you to, we've seen you pushing. We would like to ask you to lead Put South Africa First. So we started now opening WhatsApp groups with patriots, engaging on this matter on a daily basis. We took it now to WhatsApp on a more private space. Now organizing ourselves and also having an organized formal structure that can lead. So that the plan was to take the government to court, because we didn't understand why will a government that is aware of the law and what the constitution says fail to implement the laws to protect our borders, to protect the citizens, our health and resources. So that was the plan. But anything that you build takes time. It doesn't happen overnight. So it was quite a journey. It was difficult. We sometimes we didn't see eye to eye with other patriots. We had fights. So all those challenges we had to go through. But that was in fact my first time forming part of any organization. A civic movement rather. And subsequent to that, I was then recruited by the PA. No, there was first a political party led by Mario Khumalo. Big shout out to Mario Khumalo. He's very clued up when it comes to law. I'm sure maybe one of the good days you'll host him. Very brilliant guy, very intelligent, and I'm sure South Africa will love to hear from him. So I was recruited by them. I was their national chairperson for a while, but things didn't go well, unfortunately. And shortly after that, it was not a big party. They were still trying to find their feet in the political space. And I then shortly after that, I was recruited by the Patriotic Alliance. Then I've been with the PA until now.
Okay.
So when I got to the PA, then I still also continued to push and do the work, do these operations ourselves. I don't know if you've seen our programs where we were closing the hospitals, also enforcing Section 17 of the Immigration Act that says foreign nationals, when they come to our country, if they need medical attention, they must go to a private healthcare facility. So we were challenging government because we were aware the government is not even aware of that. So we also had successful programs with the spaza shops, where we were closing spaza shops in Soweto. Hopefully I'll tell you all about it, and let me pause there and allow you to ask me questions.
Okay.
I'm just going to shoot.
Okay, so your field work, you are really understating it at the moment. when you are talking to me. And I think there was a specific instruction. So they tell it like it is.
Yes.
No dare to say it. It's more of a movie than what you are saying.
True.
Okay, can you tell us, what are you seeing on the ground?
All right. So let me start with spaza shops. When we, especially when we do spaza shops, there's always this resistance that we get from foreign nationals, especially from the Somalis, the Ethiopians, the Bangladeshis. So when you go into those communities, you find in most cases that they are even refused to vacate the premises where they are running their businesses. They are always undermining the landlords. They don't even pay full installments. They are monthly rentals. They don't want to pay full amount.
You told me about the one close to Westbury.
Yes, there was one in Westbury that way I did with the Queens. Big shout out to Queen Rose, Queen Susan, and Queen Paula and them. So we had a very successful operation in Claremont where this guy, I think he was from Ethiopia. So he's been staying in that property, operating his business in that property for like 5 years. Sometimes he will not even pay rent, and sometimes when he finally pays rent, he tells the landlord to say, hey, come to my room around 8:30 at night to 9 p.m. And come and collect your rent money there. The lady was a single woman staying with her kids. So he was taking advantage. And when the landlord told us the story, we're like, we're coming there. We will deal with that man decisively. So when we got there, in 5 minutes, I addressed him. I asked him why he does not want to vacate the premise. He gave such silly excuses. He was even showing us the roof, saying, I fixed the roof. And I was like, but that's on you because you are renting here and you decided to fix the roof on your own. That does not mean if you decided to fix the roof, you can't pay rent. This is not your house. But what I found very interesting was that when we were doing the operation, community came out in numbers, and there was also gangsters that came to the operation hoping to take the stock and the money. So we normally will take out their stock, put it outside, make sure that you've got your money with you, that you've got your cell phone.
So you mean everything is safe?
Available.
Yes,
you've got it in your care, and we deal with taking out your stock. Then we put it outside, and also once we take out the stock, we protect it to ensure that the community close by doesn't loot. We also engage the community to say, here we're working, we're not here to loot, we're not here for manga business, please respect the work that we do. Now those gangsters, when they came, they were armed as well.
Yeah.
Now you are faced a group of women, around 10 women. There's quite a number of people that are there from the community. We can't even speak to them because now they want to push a certain agenda, and we are representing a political organization, so we don't want a situation where things get out of hand and it looks like we are hooligans and stuff like that. So the gangsters, when they came, they started wanting to take stock, but the ladies were fighting. I work with soldiers. A big shout out to my queens. They literally were throwing grenades at the gangsters, even though they were armed. And I can promise you, hence, it's important for us to pray in each and every operation because it is God that was protecting us. You can't be fighting gangsters that had guns with crates and a can of baked beans and fish and tin fish. Imagine. But we won. We managed to solve a problem that was there for over 5 years. And I was so happy and I was grateful to God. And when the and we literally, that lady, even now, we're still in constant talks with her. She's very appreciative. She tells me all the time that I can never forget you guys. Yeah. So that's where we are. And the thing is also with our spaza shops that we close, we make sure that South Africans are owning the spaza shops. They are running the spaza shops because we don't want a situation where you close a spaza shop, then another Somalian come. You get. So there in Soweto also, we had the same issue where a group of Somali, I think we took over 20 stores in Soweto, but there we were working with other organizations as well. There were also these ones that fund local entrepreneurs. So they gave South Africans stock worth 20,000. So that they can, say once we remove a foreigner, we put a South Africa, at least South African, because they've been out of business for over a decade. They don't have funding to start these businesses. So the least we could do was to give stock. So they started running the shop, the spaza shops. But before they started running those shops, we made sure that we renovate the shops, give them a new look. They had tills. They've got. They're very different to what you see, the type of model that the Somalians and them have introduced.
So the Somalian model is like a jail cell.
Yeah.
I get there, there's a small little cubicle, a small little hole. I ask him for what I want, he gives it to me. But I'm outside, he's inside.
Yes.
Right? So you have it's a little supermarket, like a cafe.
It's more like a mini supermarket.
Yes, I can take a basket.
Yeah. So with the Soweto ones, we have not really, they are not, we don't have such designs as yet, but the ones that we're introducing, you'll form part of, you'll come with us, we'll show you there. Some of them are in Orange Grove, right? So we will invite you so that you can come and see. They've got its own packaging. They've got a point of sale. It's a walk-in store. You get your basket. You go and get your whatever products that you want to buy.
It's a shop.
It's a shop. It has your bakery. It has your butchery. It has everything that a supermarket has. But it's just that it's a small one because it's in our Gasismos. So that's the type of model we are introducing. And it doesn't only end there. We also going to be having our own dispatch centers. So the 30% products that I'm telling you now that in our spaza shops we are selling, remember they are locally produced, right? So we will be, before you know it, we will have 100% locally produced products that are sold in our spaza shops. Nice. So the intention is to now move to a supermarket that will be competing with the likes of Pick n Pay, your Spar, and our supermarket will be selling locally produced products, right? So we'll be teaming up with farmers, especially black farmers in the townships. We're giving them an opportunity to now work with us. They supply us with their proceed. Then we now run a big successful supermarket. And the dispatch center also, we will have like your South Africans that, that the ones that have got like small vans, they will come and load stock from the dispatch center straight to the spaza. Yes, it must be South Africans. All those people that will be supplying or delivering the stock must be South Africans. So that's where we're taking this thing to. So we are building generational wealth. We are creating generational wealth. And with the same supermarkets, we will be penetrating the African market with. You'll find them in our SADC countries or Africa at large. So that's where we're taking this thing to.
So for you, it's not just about immigration.
No.
It's about economic development.
Yes.
It's about job creation.
Yes.
It's about putting South Africans first.
100%.
That's what it's about. Because I think sometimes the message gets lost. It seems like it's all about xenophobia. We just hate foreigners. But we are just saying, guys, we are struggling. You are struggling. Sort out your struggles. We want to sort out our struggles. We want to build as well.
Yes. But also, I think people, especially foreigners, must understand that we are not in a position to nurse their feelings, because when we're talking about South African laws, we're not expecting foreigners to have a say. We don't care how you feel or what you say. Hence, we keep pushing regardless of the noise. We want to build and develop South Africa. We want to build an independent state. We want to produce future business leaders that will be in a position to employ, build infrastructure for us, and develop this country and pay tax and contribute to growing the GDP of this country, contribute towards growing the economy of this country.
So no voice for them.
So we don't care how they feel, honestly speaking, because when they implement laws in their countries, we don't interfere. They don't ask us. Yes. But here we are explaining ourselves to everybody else. So on my side, especially, hence I said, when you were telling me that you've seen videos where people were saying a whole lot of things, I allow them. They can say whatever they say, but at the end of the day, they're not going to stop us from implementing. They must also ask Twitter. At some point when I was there on Twitter, Twitter closed all my 7 accounts. Every time when I open an account, they would close it because they didn't agree with my language. And I told Twitter the last time, I said, you can keep your Twitter space, but you're not going to block me on the ground. And on the ground, we're going to deal with these people because they were protecting SA government. We were exposing how ignorant and careless our government is. And once a government is ignorant and careless, it's the citizens that will suffer. They failed to protect our wealth. The constitution is there to guide them. They don't want to implement these laws. All they want to do is introduce a freebie culture to South Africans and paralyze our people. We're not going to allow that. And it's time that we build Black, white, Indian, and colored South Africans. We need to move forward as a unit. This thing of allowing government to divide us, allowing politics to divide us, it has to come to a stop. Yes, I am under a political party that I so much love, but that when we are on the ground assisting communities, we don't politicize service delivery. And we were taught very well by the deputy president of this party, always saying, never ever politicize service delivery. We assist everybody, South African of all races. So we want our people to come forward, all Black, white, Indian, and South Africans to come forward and participate in the economic space. Let's all build together. So now, for example, and also it doesn't only end with the spaza shops. We will be doing the same with the shops that you see in the CBD. See these ones that are currently occupied by the Somalis and them, selling counterfeit goods, selling, and these ones that are selling dirty clothes on the streets. Imagine South Africa has got products in the entire continent. We've got your DSTV, we've got your Mr. Price, we've got Standard Bank, we've got FNB and many other products. They are in those African countries, employing qualified, educated citizens of those countries, paying tax, building infrastructure there. If they are not building infrastructure, renting, they are paying rent and contributing, right? But in Africa, all these African countries what they want to do is give us undesirable migrants, people that are here committing all sorts of crimes, people that are selling cell phone covers, calling themselves businessmen, selling dirty clothes on our streets, making our cities look like slum. Which investor will want to invest in a slum? Who will want to put their money there? We want our streets clean. We want our cities attractive. They must be investor attractive, because if you are failing to attract investors, both local and local and international, how are you going to now create job opportunities for your people? Because we know government can create jobs. It's the private sector. So the private sector, if we are unable to create an attractive economic space for them, how are they going to invest and employ our people? So now we like I said, we don't care how Africa feels. Africa will learn from South Africa. Now the revolution has started in Africa. These people, all these ones that you see here, they will be forced to fix their country screaming and kicking. I'm telling you, we are taking them back. Even tomorrow, the second batch of Ghanaians are leaving. The plane will be full of people that are here cutting nails. Why will I give you DSTV and then you give me a nail cutter? Why will I give you FNB bank and then you give me a cell phone cover seller? And when we talk, we are labeled xenophobic. We don't care. Some of us wear that badge with pride. Call me xenophobic anytime. It's not going to change the fact that I'm not going to stop what I'm doing, implementing the law and ensuring that the most important document after the Bible in this country, which is the Constitution, is implemented, is enforced to protect our wealth and our country and its citizens. So that's where we are.
So would you say if you wear this badge proudly,
yes,
right, do you hate foreigners?
It's not hate. It's implementing the laws. See. I'm going to give you an example. Just recently, Zimbabwe announced, unapologetically so, they said the informal market, there are certain businesses that they are reserving for citizens. Foreigners are not allowed to participate. We are a sovereign state that is guided by the Constitution, not feelings, not how people feel. We are guided by laws. We are a country of laws. Laws must be enforced. Whether you like it or not, the laws must be enforced. So when other sovereign states thank you. So I was saying to you before the ad break to say, when Zimbabwe and Tanzania, just also not so long ago, Zania, I don't know if you've seen Tanzania just also announced that they are reserving the informal market strictly for their own citizens. There was no noise in the African continent. As we speak, Ghana is busy removing illegal immigrants. The officials are busy there on the ground removing African migrants in Ghana. In Nigeria, we are seeing the same thing. You must also just Google it, you'll see. Those are the recent operations that they are having in their countries. But once it's South Africa that gets to do that, because these people, they thought that we will never wake up. They thought that the SA government, I get one our leaders, we are currently a leaderless state. Our leaders can't be respected. Even the law enforcement officials, we can't. They've given an impression. Right now, as South Africans, we don't know the law, or we are useless. Hence, the foreigners are lazy, because if you can check how most law enforcement officials operate, where they're taking bribes, they will. Everything that an illegal foreigner is doing, which is wrong in the country, a police officer will come there and negotiate a bribe money, and then once they are paid, it's chai. So in their minds, they've got this thing that we are just like them. And when they see such an uncaring government that doesn't care, why have you seen a government that doesn't want to empower its own entrepreneurs? How are you hoping to build a country without injecting a financial muscle on entrepreneurs?
So if you were to look at the current government, yes. In South America, they've got this principle called the Calvo principle, meaning that locals first.
Yes.
Because as you would have seen in South America, the people from the US would go to Cuba, dominate, open the big companies, do whatever they want. They had the Anaconda oil project down in Chile and Bolivia, where the saying that they used to have in South America was that Mexico is the mother of foreigners and the stepmother of locals. Do you feel that the same thing is happening here?
Yes.
That because while I was researching for this, it seems that whenever there's xenophobia, the government comes out and says, stop.
Yes.
But when we have problems, when we are complaining,
yes.
when we have these issues, yes. they're like, no, Tulani.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it seems like we are that stepchild.
Yes.
Your mother has died, and now you're with this stepfather stuck with him, and you're asking for things and says, no, it's not for you.
Yes. And you know why? Most of our government officials have got business interests outside the South African borders. They've got businesses in this African countries. So hence I'm saying our leaders don't understand trade. They don't understand what trade is, an exchange of goods. So they want to give products to the African continent, and in return the African continent has nothing to produce but to give us illegal, undesirable migrant for that matter, nail cutters, hair cutters, and
things that local people can do.
Yes, there's things that people have that we can do. And the law also on our side is very clear. In fact, in South Africa, that the only groups that we're supposed to allow in South Africa for work are those that are occupying critical skill jobs, right? And potential investors that meets the investment margin of 5 million. So those are potential investors that will be in a position to employ when they get here. Not people that are going to come here and take money that is not even taxed from us and take it to outside.
So I think the terminology that's used by international lawyers is that there's a difference between justice and justness. Justice means that the law needs to give a moral or a just outcome. Right? So where there's a lack of justice, it means that the law is wrong. Right? So for instance, if you walk into a country and the law says don't marry a 9-year-old, right? That's an unjust law. But here we have the laws, and the laws are right.
Yes.
But there's just not enforcement.
Yes. And
so there's not justness.
And again, also to add what you're saying, especially when you're highlighting what you've just said about marrying, where different sovereign states have got their own ways of doing things and cultures and cultural beliefs and stuff. We've got so many cases of this foreign nationals that are molesting kids, that are raping kids, because where they come from, it's in law. You literally are allowed to marry a 9-year-old. Then when you get into South Africa, you don't see nothing wrong with sleeping with a 9-year-old girl or boy. I remember there was a case that was brought to our attention from Deep Sloot. So this guy will call this 4-year-old every day. He owns a spaza shop.
A 4-year-old?
A 4-year-old girl. And every day, what he was doing is he will call that girl, get him into the spaza, and then put his finger there and try and, on a daily basis, he will go and try and open.
So he's grooming a 4-year-old?
Yes. So until this one time, because he's so used to doing that, and he's aware that the child has never said nothing at home. And now, remember now, the child is now starting to begin to think, Uguti, whatever is done to her, it's okay, because this person literally does this every time.
Every day.
Yes. So this time, he did it in front of the 7-year-old brother. He told the 7-year brother to say, look that way. That's where the 7-year-old brother saw what he was doing. And then when he got to school, he told the teachers, but this is what this guy did to my younger sister. And when the teachers started asking and interrogating the little girl, she said, no, but he does this every day. He calls me and do this, and then and lets me go home. So it's just that the school managed to act on this issue, and I had to alert the community, and that's how we got to know and find out, this is how they operate. And not only that, they've been raping kids. I remember there was a case that I was working on where a Somali raped a 14-year-old, and they offered the family 7,000. When the family refused, the brothers of that Somalian guy tried to hide him. In fact, he tried to run away. He was arrested, I think, by the borders as he was trying to skip the country. So that's the situation we are faced with. And this is brought by and sponsored by our useless government that doesn't care about its own citizens, because if they were to implement these laws, we were not going to be in this position. We were not going to have citizens that are forced to fight with these people on a daily basis and forced to live with these people that they don't even know or want in their communities. So they are allowing everybody in, but they can't shelter them. We are forced to stay with these people in our communities, people that we don't know. The other day, I think a big shout out to March and March. They are doing such an incredible work. They had a successful march in Joburg, and prior to the march, I think some of the supporters, because I don't think they fall under the Ngizo, I don't think he's a March and March member. Am I wrong? Am I right? I think they just collaborate and work together and support each other. So they had this operation in town, and they were engaging this group of foreigners that were there just roaming the streets. And it was discovered that that man is a wanted man. Where he comes from, he killed so many people. Just having a normal engagement with a stranger on the street, asking her, but why are you in the country? There was resistance from that group because they wanted, how men are. So they wanted to fight each other. It was, but for the fact that in that 5 or 10 minutes sleep, we discovered that Malawi government, I think it was Malawi government, I speak under correction, that said, we are in fact looking for that man. We've been looking for him for years. We didn't know he was hiding in South Africa. So that tells you, amongst ourselves, we stay with murderers, people that have killed people where they come from. So if government had implemented the Immigration Act 13 of 2002, in South Africa, we would have the critical skill workers, we will have potential investors, we will have foreign students that are after completing their studies they are expected to return back to the country of their origin, because that's what the law says. When you are after completing, you need to return back to the country of your origin. We will have tourists that will also return back after when their visa expires. So that tells you, it means we will have been left with a small group of foreign nationals that we can control and monitor. So now you've got a government that is allowing everybody here. We've got millions of foreign students that don't even go back after completing their studies. And we don't even have an evaluation or monitoring team that gets to ensure once a Victoria who comes from Ghana or Nigeria, after completing their studies, they return back to their country. So those people are here looking for work in South Africa, working in all the companies and making it difficult for South Africans to find jobs. Government is not doing anything. So when it comes to investment, look, there in the city, we've got financial advisors, we've got the finance department, we've got mayors, we've got premiers in Gauteng. But our CBDs are flooded by illegal immigrants that are sitting on the pavements. They don't even understand a pathway. It's meant to allow citizens to walk.
It's
pavement.
A pavement. It's for walking.
Yes, it's for walking.
It's not a shop front.
They've occupied every pavement. So we've been cleaning the city. We've started there in De Villiers, myself, Trevor, and the first operation we did it was myself, Trevor, and Mama Rose. Winnie was there, but she had to go to the loo when we were doing the operation. We asked the Gauteng wardens to join us. I think we found 7 of them. I think 7 or 8. Yeah, it was around, yeah. We went into that street. We found thousands of them selling, occupying that street from Wabana go MTN right, until Park Station. When we got there, it was thousands and thousands of those guys selling useless, dirty clothes and shoes, counterfeit goods for that matter. And remember, those businesses are now making it difficult for the likes of Edcon, for the likes of Edcon Group, your Edgars, your Jed, and your Fushini Group, your Mr. Price, to make money because they are taking from them. And remember, those businesses are legit businesses that are employing our citizens. They are creating jobs, they are paying tax, they are renting wherever they are operating, right? They've got head offices around and building infrastructure for us. Those are businesses that we must protect with everything that we have. But SA government has allowed these people to flood our markets with counterfeit goods. They don't care, but we've got financial advisors sitting there in government offices. We don't know what is it that they're doing. We don't know what type of advice they are giving to the state, because why would you allow illegal immigrants to flood the economic space? The duty of a government, especially in the city, is to ensure that you collect revenue. So when you have got illegal immigrants that are not compliant, that are not paying tax, that are not employing citizens, we're now utini as government. You see, before in towns, we used to have Abu Foshini Group, those stores.
Yes.
We used to have
Carlton Center was a thing.
Yeah, we used to have this furniture shops, Bo Louis, Bo Barnett's, Bo Joshua Door. Yes, those were legit businesses that were employing South Africans, that were sustaining their families. Now they've been closed down. They were forced to leave town, the CBDs. We've made a way for unattractive foreign investors that are selling counterfeit goods. So does it make sense?
So it's a vicious cycle in that before this current government took over, there were these legit businesses.
Yes.
These legit businesses were giving jobs, so unemployment was lower.
Paying tax.
But because they were paying tax, infrastructure was better.
Yes.
Because they were employing people, there was more money to be spent at home because everyone had a job.
Yes.
That means I could afford to then go to Edgar's, to Joshua Door, to all of these type of places.
Thank you.
Whereas now, Edgar's and Joshua Door can't open in the CBD because their security bill would be crazy.
Yes.
You know? And because the businesses are closed down and there is no employment, our people are then forced to buy secondhand clothing.
Thank you.
Buy things from the street.
Thank you.
Street vendors sell everything. You can buy a person if you want to. But it's a vicious cycle. And you would say, in order to stop that cycle, you need to put South Africans first and make sure that they get back into our economy. So every single business that a foreigner has is a business that a South African doesn't have. Every single employment that they have is one that South Africa doesn't have.
Yes.
If I could ask you to estimate in the CBD, what percentage of the street businesses, informal sector, would be foreign nationals?
Almost everyone, all of them. Because what these people do, in the informal trading space especially, what they will do is, let's say, for example, you're selling bananas in South Africa or veggies there. They will come and you are now surrounded by a Malawian or other Malawians. They now start selling in the same area where you are selling. And what will happen to a South African is you'll get robbed on a daily basis until you're the only person that will get robbed out of the entire...
This is what you are seeing on the street.
I'm telling you, yes. Then you get robbed on a daily basis until you know what?
It's not for me.
Yes. And before you know it, once you stop selling, you find a Malawian there the next day, or a Zimbabwean, whoever. So they're making space for each other. That's how they manage to take over.
Oh yes, no, I've seen that with when sometimes when Chinese people move into like a mall, they would rent here, and then once a shop opens, they would pay the deposit same time, and then bring another guy.
Yes.
Is it a similar type of thing?
So that's how they operate, because these are informal traders. These are people that are not supposed to be given an opportunity to participate in the informal market. So they come with this terrorism mindset, this mafia mindset that now is we as South Africans are forced to accept and work with. And unfortunately, it's not going to happen, because some of us, we are wide awake. And another thing, remember also, it doesn't just end there with a Edcon store employing citizens. Some of these shops, they were also employing your university students, people that can afford to take themselves to school. Do you get? They on weekends or whenever they are not they will go and work there. Do you get? Then you are now also solving a problem where young girls don't have to rely on blessers to live.
Yeah, she can get it.
Do you get? You get it, whatever money that you get, you are able to do your own hair. You are able to buy yourself toiletry. You don't have to now force to sleep with people that you don't even want to. I'm not saying I'm promoting sex work, because God knows I can never do that, right? But what my point is, we need these jobs. These jobs are important for us, not only for South African families, but also for students. And remember also the Edcon group, who used to have your call centers, where they were employing thousands of South Africans that were earning enough to sustain themselves and their families. So now when you take out that market and replace it with useless so-called investors that can't even employ your citizens, that are employing follow foreign nationals. Because if you go to those shops in the CBD, you find Malawians and Zimbabweans working there, and they are underpaid. They don't want to pay minimum wage. That's why they don't want South Africans. They know I can literally give a Malawian 1,500, and they are not going to complain. Do you get?
So what would you then say to a pushback saying that your operations are focused on areas where there's black people, in Soweto, in Deep Sluit, in the CBD, etc. Whereas Takealot is in Midrand. Magen Bean, all of these restaurant chains that maybe employ foreigners, they are not there. They are there. They are in Sandton, Midrand, Edenvale, those type of places. What is blocking you from going to those places?
No, we have been. It's just that most of our operations are where we are based. We are in Soweto on a daily basis. We are in town on a daily basis.
So but that does not mean get your own house
space.
Clean.
Yes, yes. But that does not mean, like I said, we've also started with engaging employers. We are now moving into industrialized areas where we engage employers and say, employer people, as long as a foreign national has documents or no documents, but they are occupying a non-critical skill job, we want those people removed. Do you get? So we are a small group. We are unable to do as much as we would love to. But that does not mean those ones that are in Sandton. Some of us, even on my day-to-day basis, even now when we live here having lunch, wherever at the restaurant or whatever, we always make sure that we clean. Wherever we are, we clean. Just the other day, we were having a meal in Sandton. We had a meal in Sandton. And immediately I was watching, as we eat, we are waking. When I'm done eating, when I'm ensure I'm full, I go, hey, Mr. Manager, what's happening here? so luckily the restaurant where we were, it was 100% South African. So I even spoke to the manager and said, you know what, give it up, a big shout out to you and your team. Thank you for employing locals. So we want people that are coming to our country to add value. We don't want people that are coming here to be a burden and strain our resources. We don't want people that are going to compete now with locals for jobs. And we also hear such other big oppositions where they will be saying, but why sponsor shops? Why are you fighting for crumbs? Why can't you go to mines? Hey, Trinidad's crumbs are working for us. See, the plan that I told you that we have in regards to sponsor shops, what we are doing. We are giving township or Gasi locals an opportunity to create. So they might not see it. They might not see it now, but it's going to work. As in the next 5 to 10 years, they will come and thank us because we will have our own supermarkets. We will have our own products that we have created. And it doesn't end there. We are coming also for the textile industry. We don't want a situation where we must now buy something from China that a South African could have designed it for us. We have got all this, and I just want to quickly also state this. Check this Somalis.
Just checking, the nails are South African, eh?
Yes, hair, nails, South Africans. I go for my people. It's South Africans that are doing all those things. I remember the other day when they saw me, they said, "Oh, you're chasing Ghanaians.
Who's gonna
do your hair?" I'm like, "Hey, I'm sorted.
Local.
I'm sorted.
That's brilliant.
I'm a local queen, so I do local
So you
things."
practice what you preach, and that's what you do.
Thank you. So, but we want the same in the textile industry. We want Black, white, Indian, South Africans to occupy those jobs in the CBDs. We see there's Abo Soweto Boys, King Soweto Boys, that brand. We've got Abo Batu. We want their stores here. We want to see also in the colored communities, what are they capable of producing or creating? Come forward with your products. We want their acha, everything. They must be in the supermarkets. The clothes must be in our CBDs. So your Decofan, your choreographed, we want those shops back in the CBDs. CBD cannot be a place for spaza shops and pavement sellers, pavement clothes sellers.
What Carlton Center was like,
yes,
back in the day. I remember there was an ice rink at Carlton Center. And there was movie theaters, all over. Because my cousins were living in Hillbrow at the time when it was still, when Yeovil was still Jewish.
Okay.
If you can remember, because that's what it was made. It's Yeovil, it was a Jewish area.
Okay.
But so far back, that's when they were there. It was a totally different place. Like when you said you're going to town, you were excited as a kid. But now I'm like, hey, the last time I was walking in town, like for a significant distance, my glasses got broken, my phone almost got stolen, I was in fights, Whereas maybe 20 years ago, it was something totally different. Because those shops that you're talking about, those employers, all of those were there. Young professionals were living in Hillbrow, in Yeovil, in Berea and stuff like that. Because they were working at Bank City, at those law chambers or next to court. They were working all of those places. Now, all of that has moved out.
Yeah, so and also just remind me, a big shout out to my nail tech there in Soweto, Jennifer. A big Stained by Jen. I usually go there with Trevor. And also the lady that does my hair, she's based in Baglu, Senton.
Baglu.
Yes, she's a Xhosa lady, a beautiful voluptuous. Okay.
No, it's fine.
Voluptuous woman. Yeah.
No, but they
beautiful,
are Xhosa,
beautiful.
They come standard with the voluptuous.
Yes. We are big supporter of.
No, but that's nice because you do your hair your hair in Baglu.
Yes.
You do your nails in Soweto.
Yes.
So usually you'd want to do these things at the same place. But it's quite inspiring to know that you are willing to travel just to make sure it's local.
Yes.
Right. So it's not like those people that say, listen, I love South Africans, but when you get into their house, it's just foreign stuff.
Yeah. So and the other day when we were having this conversation about the textile industry, we were even saying, Jorge, you see, we want to reach a point where locally produced products or designs, like the Soweto Boys that as I was saying, and those talented designers that are currently operating from their back rooms in Soweto or in Eldos or in Awakasis or even in the wide area, because I believe we've got designers there. Because the thing is, like I said, I want us to move forward as a unit, Black, white, Indian and colored.
South
Africans of all races, right? So now, I was even saying to this ones that we also need a touch of African feel. We need to infuse our products. We must infuse with like an African feel to it. We were even giving an example with the sunglasses to say, you see, imagine if we were to design our own sunglasses like this, and then this arm, the sunglass arm, it has like your Zulu,
those patterns.
Color,
yes.
or those Ndebele colors. Or obviously it can't be in brown. Obviously you need to be stylish.
Yes.
Design something very stylish for us that will make sense. And this South African products that are infused with an African identity or feel, we at the later stage will use to penetrate the international markets with.
Because we have something.
Yes, you see, Matxhosa now. Yes. Matxhosa has got stores.
But the price is there.
Yeah, but now they're being sold. I get the same thing that happens with Abu LV, Abu Gucci.
Yes, they start somewhere.
Yes, so later now they've been selling ridiculously expensive items to us, and they are buying. Now I don't own such because okay, I don't have money like that, but to buy myself an LV bag as yet, I need to work hard to get there. But I'm pushing, and I want South Africans to own this products that are of great value and quality that we can sell in the international market.
Proud of because we made it.
Yes, because we have made it, and we will be having a market day very soon where they will put their products on display. They will be on show. So you guys must come and see what our people are capable of creating, so that we start supporting. And some of those products will go to the shelves, right? So it doesn't have to be in the supermarket that we are planning to open, but also Libo Spa, your Pick and Pay. They can have some, let's say your acha that you've created.
You like acha?
Yeah? No. I do, yes. I do. Skawaka Boma. I usually have acha and magwinya and your mangolas and in fact, talking about magwinya, I also said South Africans must have their own coffee shop where you will sell magwinya. Magwinya is the bestseller. It has been proved.
I've seen even Portuguese shops have taken it up.
Yes,
now.
and that's my problem. Yes. Our products that are from the townships, they take over and babona value in these products that we don't see. Imagine if we are to, in our Casimos, if we are to have a coffee shop that sells magwinya, you've put your acha, your whatever there, but you package it nicely because packaging is very important in this type of businesses. It has to attract attention. Then you sell it with your coffee that has been produced in the township as well. Then you sell it as a combo, right? Now I won't I won't mind buying magwinya that will cost me 35 rand there in Sentinel or whatever Gasi Mall for breakfast because it's nice. It's lefakile ntho right. I want to know you've welcomed us very nicely. Nice things are happening. Snacks and living the way you gave the presentation itself. I'm important. Like, I will take you serious because of how you presenting these things. Hey, you're not only looking good, but you also take care of your guests. That's what we want. And we want people to respect our businesses as well. And it's how you do things respect at the end of the day.
So we would say that part of the goal is to build South Africa as a nation with its own identity, where it can say in its constitution, not it belongs to everyone who lives in it, but we the people. We the people of South Africa, meaning that we are a nation. Like an identity, like when we say Indians, we're not just talking about a country, we're talking about a people with a clear identity, clear culture. We know how they move. Same thing with South Africans. But because we have all of these things just coming in, all of these things just happening, it's tough to say that, like if I was to ask you, what is a South African other than the nationality on the passport? How would you describe it?
What do you say? South African.
What? So when I say to you, what is a Jew, right?
Yeah.
Without telling me about Israel, like the country or passport, you'd be able to describe certain things about them.
Yes.
To say, and also, this makes a Jew. Yes. This makes a Chinaman. Yes. This makes a French person. Yeah. What is it about South Africans that would make a South African person apart from the document?
Okay, so because in South Africa we've got different culture, and I think an identity comes with who you are also based on your race, where you come from, your way of living, where you come from. But at the end of the day, if you check with South Africans especially, both black, white, Indians, and colored, we've got a way of connecting. We've got a sense of humor like no other. You see it, you find it in the white community, you find it in the black community. We speak a language that only us understands.
So there's something that identifies us, that makes us different from a Zimbabwean, a Malawian, etc.
Yes, and it also makes it's easy for let's say, for example, for a black South African to adopt the Afrikaner way of doing things, and also vice versa. The Afrikaner, they find it easy to adopt. If you can check all this white South Africans that are into a black culture, especially in terms of music, how
but
we
you see, with the Afrikaners, I've got no problem because
how we all love braai.
Yes,
how
the name tells you that they identify as African.
We are from different communities, but we connect. We've got, like I said, even with the sense of humor, our way of doing things.
Sorry.
Oh, okay.
Whenever you get fired up.
Yeah.
Camera action, yes.
So yeah, our way of doing things, I think that's also what makes it stand out, how we connect regardless of who we come from. See, I move with colored women and you won't even separate. I think South Africans also need to learn to look beyond race. I work with colored women, move with colored women on a daily basis, and I'm in a political party that is dominated by colored people, but you won't even tell because for us it's not about races, but more about the human, more about, I don't know, I'm trying to get the right way to put it. Yes.
It's the humanity of it and the South Africanness of it. Okay.
Yes.
So then, if we were to wrap up, you are not xenophobic. They can put that title on you, but it's not about hate. What you are is about law enforcement.
Yes.
To say our law says hospitals are for us. Our law says these informal jobs, informal sector are for us.
Yes.
Our law says that if you want to open a shop in South Africa, what you need to do is to follow the right process, put down your 5 million, employ people, etc. So there's nothing about I'm hating Africans.
Oh, no.
What I'm getting from you, even though on social media that's what it would seem like.
Yes.
Is that more or less it?
So obviously, yes. As I said, those people are pushing propaganda, and if you can check, no matter how much you explain, if you can check that Ghana video, they've cut it where important parts where we are literally sharing a clear message, not only to South Africans, but to also the entire African continent. They cut those things out. I remember also there was a time where I was talking about the Peter Ndoro issue, saying people like Peter Ndoro, we want them deported. Peter Ndoro, yes, is documented in South Africa, but what is it that he's doing? He's occupying a non-critical skill job, which is a violation of the Immigration Act. The Immigration Act, Section 19 is very clear. You can only employ people that are here offering critical skill. So Peter Ndoro is a documented foreigner who is currently occupying a non-critical skill job, which means it's a violation of our laws. So such people must be deported. And the message is not only for South Africa. What we're doing in South Africa, we want all the African countries to also to apply the same thing. Ensure that they protect their informal market. Out of the informal market in those countries, they must create products that at the later stage we're going to be selling to each other, right? Build this continent. So our message is beyond building South Africa or developing South Africa, but also the African continent. That's why I'm called Victoria Africa, because I am Mother Africa and I want a developed Africa. We want to look like China. We want to also create and compete. We want economic power, and there is no economic power without creating products. See what China is doing now. They are bringing your Jetor, they are bringing their J-Co, they are right.
I trust you've seen it on the way.
Yes, and the South African market is receiving those products very well. Why can't we do the same and create our own cars, laptops, phones, and go sell to Ghana? Go to the African continent and the world as large, like they are doing to us. So that's what I want Africa to do. This thing of having African men running to all these countries, not only South Africa, but to all these countries globally, Europe and everywhere, you find African men there selling dirty clothes. Must come to an end. We want African men to come back to this continent to come and build. We want the entire world to chase African migrants and make sure that they deport them back to their respective countries so that they fix these countries, screaming and kicking if they have to. At the end of the day, it's okay. They can hate us as much as they want to. They can insult and call us names, but they will thank us later. So we really, like I said, I'm not interested in nursing feelings, but I want positive results. And there won't be positive results if we all feel sorry for Africans. Africans must be like other nations. They are capable, they are intelligent as everybody else. It's high time that we build this continent. While we're focusing on South Africa building products and doing all these things, they must copy and paste. Do the same thing in their country. So that's what we want. In fact, we're going to open a space, a patriotic space, where we will connect with activists from all over Africa, where we're discussing our issues and applying solutions as African youth or Africans. It doesn't have to be
that you
youth
fix
only.
them in your country.
Yes. You identify challenges there in Ghana or Nigeria or Zimbabwe. You tell us what the problem, what your constitution says. Does your laws protect you as citizens? Are you attracting the right investors and all those things? Like we are having issues in South Africa. Then we all sit in that platform and apply solutions at us as African citizens or African people. So it's time to build this continent, and no living man will stop it. Like I said, some of us, we are sent here by God himself, and we will be protected by him. The same people that are swearing at me now and insulting me, they will be calling us to come to their countries very soon. And when we get there, we will be visitors that knows when to leave. Yes. So it's very important.
We are not coming to overstay.
They must spot they must spot the difference. See, like I said to you, we want to develop the 9 provinces. We want a situation where, let's say, for example, do you see what the private sector has done with Midrand, there by your Mall of Africa area? It's now developed, it's beautiful. We want to waterfall area. So we want to build those cities there in your Limpopo. See, I was in Limpopo. We were in Limpopo when I was in Limpopo last week, right? The weather is beautiful. You will swear it's not winter that side. So imagine now we have got like a great PR teams that will now sell Limpopo. Your Northwest is also hot. In winter, you take leave, you take your family and visit Limpopo. There. We make sure that they build man-made beaches there. We drive in boats.
More than Sun City.
Yeah. Something better than what we see in Sandton. We want we want the CBD of Joburg to look like Sandton.
That'll be nice.
Do you get? So that's where we're going to. And we want the entire African continent to do the same. So they can say whatever, xenophobia, we don't care. Victoria xenophobia is okay. But at the end of the day, you are not going to fight what God wants for this continent. You are not going to stop what God wants for this continent. And you will comply whether you like it or not. Whether you do it screaming and kicking, it's fine. But you will do it. So that's where we are.
Perfect. Tell me, March and March was obviously marching during March.
Yeah.
And they gave a deadline of 30 June. If you guys know about it. Saying that foreigners, you've got time.
Yeah.
Get your affairs in order.
Yes.
But if you are here illegally,
yes,
leave.
Yes.
Or what is the PA stance on that?
So I will say on our side, let's just also correct. I think it's the Gather guys that are collaborating with Jacinda. Am I correct, Scope and Donald? I think it's not from March and March. I don't think the program is initiated by March and March. Okay. However, March and March, in my understanding, they are supporting what Ngizwe and Phakela Mthakathi are saying, because I think they are the ones who issued the date. But these two groups work together anyway. However, we support anything that has to do with forcing or in fact raising awareness and ensuring that we African migrants in South Africa go back to their respective countries. We support. However, we don't support any acts of violence. We're not sure what the plan is because we've not received a formal invitation as the PA. In my understanding, we have not received anything of that sort. The president and the SG have not said anything about receiving an invitation. But because we also believe illegal immigration has to be, the illegal immigrants must leave. We support what they're saying. As long as it has nothing to do with violence, then we are in support. Yes. And like I said, on our side, we've been pushing, doing the same. We talk the same language. We want these people out of our country. And we not say we don't want foreigners at all. We're saying we want a small group that we can monitor, that are here occupying critical skill jobs, that are here as potential investors. That
just give me a second, ma'am. Yes, ma'am, I interrupted you.
Yes, no, it's okay. So yeah, but I'm like I was saying, we are saying we only want those who are going to offer us as a country critical skill, those who are here to as potential investors that meets the 5 million investment margin, Those are the type of foreign or tourists that will leave once their visa expires, and foreign students that will leave after completing their studies. Do you get? So those are the type of foreigners that we want. And let me tell you, see, once the PA takes power, we will ensure that we close all. We ensure that the security measure, we tighten security measures in all our ports of entry. So, be the airports, any port of entry, we need to ensure that security is tightened there. And I don't know what the BMA is doing there, because the BMA seems to be allowing people that don't qualify to come into South Africa. I don't think those people understand what is expected from them as an entity. We cannot have BMA officials that are allowing taxis from Malawi or SADC region to come into South Africa as if we are a province of these countries. We want people that if ever you're coming here, also a traveling document, it must be very clear whether you are a tourist. Those people that are coming here to buy veggies that the BMA is allowing there, it's causing us problems. So it's about time all these organizations and the likes, especially us in the Patriotic Alliance, ensure BMA there in our ports of entry are getting things right. For me, from where I'm standing, I don't think they understand what they're doing, because if they did, we wouldn't have taxis and buses that are coming here doing up and downs, and especially movement that is not even monitored. After allowing them in, they don't even know if those people went back or not. They are telling you, we are coming to buy veggies or fruits there by the CBD. You allow such people in. What type of tourist is that one that comes here to buy groceries? They must take us serious. They must take us serious as a country and stop playing with this country. We are not a playground.
No, true. Victoria Africa.
Yes.
Thank you for your time. Thank you for your insight. I think I've learned a lot today, from what is actually happening on the ground. So thank you for your time. Thank you for really coming through. We really appreciate it.